Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk SAP. This is Talk with Expert series, and today we have Simona with us. She is the creator of the Open SAP course Machine Learning Cockpit for SAP by Business Design. So, Simona, can you tell us more about yourself?
Hey, hi, Ashish. I'm very happy to be here today. As you say, I'm Simona Marincei. I'm the head of the Intelligent Enterprise for SME and part of the product management team for SME in SAP. And my role is to help adopting the intelligent technologies like AI, chatbots, automation, intelligent automation, which is a mix of technologies that are supporting end-to-end process automation for our customer, especially focus on small and medium customers. About 3 years ago, when I took over this position, I was many times told that this is an unachievable dream because, yeah, the small customer either do not understand or they do not want, or the technology is too expensive, which is fully false. I really think the SME market is very hungry about this and need this kind of technology. And let's face it, is far of being expensive. I mean, also in our real life, as a consumer, we are using this technology. I mean, my 13 years old son is speaking more with Alexa than he speaks with me, right? So if we can afford it as individual customers and consumer, I will not really see why we will not be able to use it also in the small and medium enterprise. And that is what I try to prove, and I really hope I already succeeded in the past 3 years.
Wonderful, and that's true. I myself, whenever I hear the term SAP, what I think is some big enterprise, not small or medium-sized industry. Basically, companies with big pocket to spend on technology. That is a common assumption we have. It's great to know what we are doing here, and we are broadening the scope of companies that can have SAP.
Well, it's a misconception that, because actually, if you look in the portfolio of customer of SAP, significant, actually, 80%, I need to remember correct the number, but 80% of the customer that we have and the net new name especially are coming from small and medium enterprises, right? But yes, you are right. Obvious, at least from the marketing, advertising point of view, SAP is perceived as a company for big shark in the tank, and that is what my department, my team, and I, we are trying to debunk this myth that okay, SAP it's a good software, but it's far too expensive and unachievable. And with the software that we have for the small and medium enterprises, so we are having like SAP Business One, SAP Business by Design, and also quite a large collection of BTP application, which they are fully accessible and easy to use by our market.
Yes, agreed. BTP along with the cloud technologies are coming up, are making SAP more and more accessible. Let's talk more about the SAP course that is coming up. If you can talk about what this course is about and what can be expected in this 5 hours of session.
Well, before we are going to the course, I would really like to introduce the machine learning cockpit as such, right? And how this idea was born and what that actually means, right? And it's coming to your previous question, that you was asking, and that perception that, intelligent technologies, they are far too unaccessible from different point of view to the small customers, right? And that is what we have tried to do with the machine learning cockpit for SAP Business by Design. And by the way, we also consider this for the smaller sister or brother, right, which is SAP Business One. Yeah? You know that the SAP ERP, also for the small and medium customers, so also S4 HANA and also SAP Business by Design and SAP Business One, they are developed and they have on the backbone the SAP HANA database. Yes, so the
Mhm.
in-memory database that we have.
Yes.
Now, SAP HANA is coming with a set of tools and capabilities, including SAP Predictive Analytic Library. Yeah?
Mhm.
And this one is allowing to use a set we have. I think Predictive Analytic Library now has more than 100 different types of algorithm, of machine learning algorithm in there. And the beauty of this is exactly where the data are, right? So you are using your ERP, you store your invoices, your purchase order, everything that you are having in a normal company, and the data are at the same place where the machine learning algorithms are. So you don't need to pay extra for them. The problem that we had there is, utilizing this algorithm from the database, I mean, requested additional knowledge, right? I mean, you really need to go at the kernel of the machine learning. Sometimes you don't either have access or knowledge to do that, and it's making complicated, right? And now figure out that you are, I don't know, a small bakery or a small production company where you maybe have 100 employees, but obviously 80 of them will be in the production line. Yeah, you do not really feel like hiring highly qualified data scientists and so on, that they will really do that job for you. And sometimes also the work of the consultants, because we are working to the partner SME market, it's a partner based market. Also our consultants find it sometimes challenging to do it, because it's taking far longer time. So for me, the problem, it was not the technology itself, because a lot of people say, yeah, the SME market does not have enough data, because of course they are small customer. But that is another myth. Yes, you need a significant amount of data, but especially for deep learning or other type of AI algorithm. But machine learning, it's a kind of advanced statistics. Yeah, I know that some of my colleagues, they will disagree with me, right? But machine learning itself, to train a model, you do not really need huge volume of data. If you have an SME company, either a small company, I don't speak about medium company, that it's having the data, the historical data for the past 3-5 years, that it's already generate enough volume of data to train a machine learning. So from technical point of view, it was not a problem. From cost point of view, it was not a problem, because the kernel, it was already there in the database that the customer already paid for, right? So the only issue that I identified there, it was the easiness of use. And that is the challenge that I took together with my team, to develop a user interface that it's linking the ERP tool and the database, and have a click to no code type of application of designing and using your machine learning. And that means, because we also have this a lot of side tools that are easy to use, but the scenario is starting with, in general, when you have this side-by-side tool, you are bringing the data out, you do the magic, which might be click-based and so on, but then you have the prediction, and how do you use that? How do you bring that prediction back to the user? What is different with the machine learning cockpit that we design is doing really end-to-end process, this process from the moment when you select the data. So the customer already has analytics. So every single ERP tool, so also SAP Business ByDesign, has cloud analytics, right? Because you have data and you need to design your reports. You are using the existing analytics tool that you have to design your data source. So you are combining this table with this table, you make the join and so on, and then you have your full nice table and say, this will be the base of my prediction. Then you have a click-based approach where you say to the machine learning cockpit, hey, extract this and put it in my tool and use this data set as the base. Then the machine learning cockpit is helping you, and we are presetting a lot of parameter there. It's helping you to clean the data, like null remover, outlier remover, enhancing of the data visualization, and so on. And at the end, it's doing the training, and after that is guiding you to the prediction. The biggest part of the tool, they stop here. You got the prediction, our job is done. Well, not for the machine learning cockpit. Machine learning cockpit, it's also trained and has an ability that it's allowing you multiple way of usage of this prediction directly in your user interface. So for example, you can use it in analytics, obvious, because the prediction are stored in a table, and that table can be directly and easy linked via like a SQL link, join between the prediction table and the mother table there. So you are saying, for example, a list with all the prediction for your customers, right? But, and that is really innovative, is we in ByDesign, and by the way, also for future in business one, we have extensibility. So you can add fields in your own screen. So you have the standard SAP screen, and if you want, you are adding one or two fields, and we have a possibility that they say machine learning, please put the prediction in these fields. So the end of the scenario, which by the way is taking something like 15 minutes. Of course, if you go, you need to go to multiple steps, but one from beginning to the end, if you go like that in 50 minutes, you can select your data source, do the data cleanup, do the model. Now it's depending also how big is the model. There are model, that they can take either hours to be trained, but in the test environment, when you have a couple of them, it's only some minutes, and then you get prediction, and you put that prediction back in the user interface. So you are seeing as a user, you are consuming that immediately without the need of leaving the tool, without the need of having 3 PhD and 4 postdoctoral studies into it, and without having an army of data scientists, data engineer, and so on. If you are having an administrator and a good data analyst that understand the data and the business scenario, you can do it end to end in a very short time.
Got it. Yeah. So let's talk more about the data cleaning part, where the data scientists and data engineers struggles the most as of now. Generally, for industries that are newly adapting the data analytics, this data cleaning part is tough. And you mentioned something about the tool having some features to overcome that. Can you put some more light on that?
Absolutely. And that was a big issue, right? Because you do have the data there, but machine learning is very sensitive at noise, and, also in our case, also on the handling null, for example, or the impact of outlier, right? So the example that I give to somebody, imagine that you have products of different colors, right? And you have 100 different colors in there, but 80% of your products, they are only in 5 colors, and the other 20%, there are another 95 colors, right? The power of prediction for that noise introduced by all those colors, it will have not a positive impact, and also the percentage of the product that will come in other color is very low. So with the help, we are having a particular screen for outlier removal. We are already providing preset parameter. We set the outlier at 3 sigma initially, but that is fully customizable. So that is also the beauty. We are, for the people that are new in the area, they do not know what sigma means. They do not know what means and deviance means and so on. They can use the preset, estimation. Of course, they do not provide the best results for every single thing, but it's a very good start. And after that, the way how I teach my newcomer to use the tool is run with the initial parameter, and then start after. Of course, we provide also this open sub course that we discuss about. We are teaching them the meaning of this and so on, and they can start experimenting, right? So they do not know exactly, but they can start increasing or decreasing one parameter at a time, and fine tuning the model by experience, right? And after doing this couple of time, they will start getting how to manipulate those parameters. So data outlier, for example, is the outlier remover is one of the pre-processing. Null removal, it's also the other. So we have, for the null removal, we have multiple ways. You can remove the line, you can remove the column, or you can replace the null. And what we explain also in this course to the people is when they should do each of these. when actually, how is your data set looking that actually I should replace the null, or actually when should I say it's better to fully remove that column because it's not bringing too much information or good input, or when I remove only the line, right? Another thing is filtering. We are using the same data set both for training and for the prediction. Why that? I mean, think of something. You are having in ERP in generally, you have your object. So imagine invoices, and you want to predict invoice payment delay. That is something very wanted by the customer, right? So you send the invoice to your customer, and you want to know if the customer will pay in time or not. Yes. Now, you have the full data set, which is including your past invoices and the new invoices. What you will do, you will train the model with the past history, the invoices that are already paid, and machine learning will predict based on the past behavior of the customer, of the product, of the different condition. It will predict the open invoices. So what you do is initially you are loading all this data and you filter and say you use all the open invoices for prediction and you use all the closed invoices for model training, right? So all of these together with other couple of fine tuning, they are fully included in the part of model training before the model training. So the model training is really the last step, the easiest. You just press the train button, and then when the model is training, you also receive back all that statistics. And what is very good in the model that we choose for the introduction, they are not black box. We also provide key influencing factors which are available and display also to the user, to the end user. So when the user will see that let's say the invoice will be delayed, the payment of the invoice will be delayed with a probability of 85%, for example, it will also be able to press and get the list of key influencing factors. So the machine learning believe that the invoice will be delayed, the payment will be delayed because, I don't know, the date, the customer, all the fields, all the different business aspects that influence taking that decision, right? So I have a customer that implemented this. It was on the Oster tag is the name of the customer, and they are customer reference for us. And our customer PTG, it was named Ibis before, they made also this experiment, right? So for example, they were looking and they were trying, okay, is delay, but what do I do in business with this information? Because my purpose is to make the customer pay faster, or at least to arrange my cash flow process in a way that I will not enter in disruption, because I know that those money will be delayed. And you are looking at these key influencing factors that are provided, and you are able to say, I observe in general that all the invoices that I send at the end of the month, they get delayed. Maybe I make a process that all the invoices I send them before, or the invoices that I send them at the end of the month, I allocate it by default 1 week extra in the payment, so I do not enter in the conflict, because I don't know, customer may close the end of month or other things. So the tool is providing all these, not only data cleaning, but also the results and explanation why the machine learning believe that the decision that took is good. And that has a very high impact on trusting the tool from the customer, because for many of the customer and the user, machine learning is a bit like a magic, like a unicorn. So having this is a bit better.
Fantastic. Even the example that you used, how this ML cockpit can help us understand the process itself. Many company may have this month end, but if we know that, or if the tool can predict that if this time of the month you send the invoices, it might get delayed, that will be really helpful. Talking more about on the first setup that we do, I assume it will take more time, and it will be a time consuming process because of data cleansing and the model run and all model training that needs to be done. But from the second run, will it improvise itself? As it is said in machine learning, it is always having compounding effect. It is something that learns itself. Or so, what is the advantage from the second run?
I mean, the machine learning cockpit, it has scheduling. So obvious, you have a set of data. I told you we are training on the past data, but the past data today are not the same with the past data tomorrow, right? So the open invoices that are open today, tomorrow will be closed, right? So definitely we have both for prediction and for the model training, we need to have scheduling, and you need to retrain it from time to time, right? I mean, depends on the scenario. In some scenario, you need to train them weekly. In other scenario, monthly is good enough. Yeah. Other may need either daily training, depend of what kind of learning experience you need to have in there. And that one is actually not so time consuming. I mean, of course, if you have a lot of data, the training itself can run long time, but it's not like a human will stay near the training and it will just press a button and let to run. And what is also very good with this is the prediction. So in this time, imagine that you have a training that is running for 12 hours. In this time, the prediction is still working on the existing model. So the new model is activated only when it's ready. So it's not like you will have a gap of 12 hours when the user will not be able to use the predictions, right? And indeed, actually the highest, we were just making this estimation with the same customer right now, the Worcester tag I told to you. The biggest amount of time is at the beginning and it's not a technical one, because my partner either now has a student that is doing the full technical process end to end, to set up the machine learning model, to train the model and so on. The most complicated part is the business part. Really understand how the business is really working, convincing the management, and that is the easy part. The more complicated part is training the people in that company how actually to use and take advantage out of it, right? Let me give you an example. We had exactly the same customer implemented opportunity scoring prediction. So, you have opportunities, you are hoping to sell some things to your customer, and the salespeople by themselves, they already have these predictions. So they believe I will win this opportunity or I may lose this opportunity, and they have a score in there. Well, we also say the human predict by itself, but let's also let machine learning based on the past opportunity to predict the chance of success or failure or loss for this opportunity. And we did that. But now what you do with this? Yeah, how actually you use it in the business? And this was actually invented by our partner. So what our partner was doing for the customer, he was speaking with them and trying to understand how they use this and what will be useful. So they made two reports. One report is the difference between the opportunity where the salesperson is saying, I will win, I believe I will win, but the machine learning is saying, no, you lose it. So you need to identify those opportunities where you are sure that you will win, but actually in reality, you have a big chance to lose them. And then you need to look also on the key influencing factor to see what are the factors that make you lose probably that opportunity, and you increase the chance of success and you do not lose those. On the other side, there are the opposite, the opportunity where the salespeople say, I expect I will lose. But the machine learning is saying to you, no, you have high chances to win this opportunity. Because with those opportunities, if the salespeople think that they will lose, they will not really give any attention with them. And indeed, they might transform them in a loss just because of lack of attention. And this is, by finding a way how to use productive that kind of information, that is the added value of the machine learning. And this is actually the most complicated and time consuming part. So not the technical part, about training the model and so on, but finding way and training your people how to take advantage of machine learning results of the prediction in the real time, in the real business.
Got it. Yep. Sounds very interesting. Again, the example you used where human guts challenging the machine and machine challenging the human guts, we face that in day to day environment. Let's talk more about the course now. What we are going to do in this course. I'm very excited to look into what are the other things that we can use this prediction for and what can be expected from the course. We are discussing from where we can start and where we go and what are the things and the skills that we learn during this course.
Okay, so I'm sharing with you the OpenSAP page course. You see, it's like the OpenSAP.com courses slash MLC1 is coming from Machine Learning Cockpit 1. And this one is a free of charge course. There are still 4 days until this will start. You see that we already have over 1,700, almost 1,800 learners who are enrolled this course. And of course, it's free of charge, and it's also providing a certification free of charge in the period when this course is open. So the course is starting on June 20. It already started the preparation week, because it's not only like the people, you will have some speakers that are speaking with you. You really have a system, and you will do it with your own hands. So there are 2 courses, MLC1, this one that I present right now, and it will be followed by MLC2. And this course, the second one, will go through a set of use cases. So the first course is really teaching you how to use the tool, like from technical point of view, that click-through tool, explaining all the parameters, how to set them up. And the second course that we will have, it will actually go through all these use cases that you see here. You see, these are the different business user scenario which you can apply in the where you can apply machine learning to drive added value in your ERP. So we will have use cases, I already explained to you, like the opportunity success prediction, but we also have like sales code item prediction. We have ABC classification for the customer, a lot of delay prediction. Does no matter that is for outbound, for production order, for purchase order, and so on. We have the supply provider, or also the incomplete delivery, and the one that we discussed about the payment delay. So each of these, they will be treated in the MLC course 2, while in the MLC course 1, as you are seeing here in the units, we will go through all these parts about learning about machine learning. So how do you use data sources? What are the basic of machine learning essential? Because yes, you need to understand a bit what the F1 score is and what accuracy is and how to evaluate the machine learning. So of course, we will not go like in a university level course, but we'll use like simple business or example, like the one that I give right now, to make the people understand what means a good machine learning. That is only like essential. Then we show how to use the data source, how to select your data properly, how to set up configuration and authorization. SAP is really crazy when it's about security and data protection. So we need to teach also to be safe and compliant when we are using machine learning. And then we are really going into business, like how you define scenario. That means your business scenario, right? What you want to predict. Then we are going to the model creation, and here you see that everything that we discussed, right? So field selection of the fields, null removal, outlier removal, training results, and life cycle management. So all that process of really training a model, cleaning up all your data, and making the results better. And the last one will be prediction creation, prediction consumption. So as I told you, we do not stop only at prediction creation. We create it, that is your business. No, we really teach you how actually to consume it is, how to create a report out of it, how to add it in your own user interface for your user to use it. Yeah. And what is very interesting is this one, the target audience actually does not need to be extremely technical. I mean, you don't really need to be a developer to write code to do that. If you are having, if you are a key user, an administrator, a person, a data analyst, somebody with a good understanding of how a ERP system works and how the data behind the ERP system are structured, then you are a good target audience for this course.
So we will be getting exact system or demo system, so that we can use it.
Yes, absolutely. So we will have 10 different demo systems structured for different areas because we also are concerned about performance. So we will have couple, three, four for Middle East and Asia. We will have for EMEA region, another four, and we'll have for America and Latin America, another four. And each of the participants, they will create their own users, of course, with the right permission in there, and they will be able to use the system and really create scenario, create train a model, create prediction, and also embed and use that prediction. So everything that I told you and I discussed with you here will be done hands-on by our attendants, and the learner will do, as I say in the MLC1, they will learn, will only have one scenario and will focus on explaining the tool. And in the second course that we'll have, we assume that people already know how to use the tool, and we'll have one unit for each of the business scenario. So we will go very fast through each of them, what data source they should select, and how to use and embed that component for the business. So you have seen there are 9 or 10 of them, and we will go for each of them. Of course, they are not like, it's not like those are all that you can do. Our purpose is to provide enough example and enough variation that the people after that will be able to create their own prediction and their own business cases.
So this course is actually a perfect combination of theory and hands-on. This is not something in which we will be only understanding the theory, but also getting our hands dirty, having a touch and feel of the tool. So I have enrolled for this course and would encourage the others to do the same, to get expertise on this tool, which can be a game changer in near future.
I think that the hands-on part is really like the most interesting one. I mean, either for people that maybe they do not really use SAP Business by Design, getting the idea about how you can use machine learning in your real business, that is deserving the experience, right? I mean, it's opening a lot of opportunities of thinking your business in a different way.
Mhm. Yeah, got it. And even we'll have that community of Open SAP to discuss the issue that we face on and share the learning opportunities, right? Over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the trainer will be available during all this period of 5-6 weeks. So you can speak with them if, if the participants, they have a problem, they are not able to move forward and so on, they will get assistance from our trainers. And also they can speak also with all the other learners. So the beauty during the period when the course is open is that it's an active one. So despite of being recording in advance, the trainer are available there and they are helping the participants with their exercises.
Got it. Got it. Perfect. So that's all I had. Thanks a lot, Simona, for joining and enlightening us with this particular course. And I wish you all the best for this course. And I will be, joining it. And I'll probably ping you, and even some people can ping you about the issues that we face, or the.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for that. Thanks.
I would really like, Ashish, I would like if you come back after that and provide me feedback, because we are looking to improve, and if something is not really perfect in first course, we can improve it in the second course. So yeah, looking forward for any feedback from your side if you join our course.
Got it. Yeah. I'll also add comment section on our page so that we can have comments on that
Okay.
itself. Yeah. That would
Very
be.
important. Last, the information I want to add, the certification that you get is you'll also get a badge for the social media. So, if you are passing, if you get enough points, if you pass more than 50% or 60% of the points that we have in the exam at the end, not only that you get like the normal certificate, but you will get a certified badge that you can post on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on any other social media that you have, which is also very helpful in this
Yeah.
digital era.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, that will be really helpful.
Good.
Thanks, Simon. Yeah.
Thank you a lot for having me here, and yeah, have a nice day and hear back from you.